What's up guys, Tim here, and for today's video I'm going to be making the ultimate fishing guide. This video is going to be going over all of the fishing spots. The information I'm going to be explaining are the fishing spot locations, the fish you can catch, as well as their prices and the catch rates. I'll also be going over how many goals I can manage to make from fishing at the spots from an entire day of fishing using all of my stamina. Part of this guide will also be about how you can get the master fishing rod. The first video I ever made was about how to get the master fishing rod, but it looks like they changed up some of the fish in their locations, so part of this video will be an updated version of that. In terms of the catch rate, this is what I found on the Wikipedia page. Depending on the number of types of fish you can catch from any given location, the catch rates are the same. If you only catch 2 variants of fish from a certain location, their base form is 40.8% of them showing up, the Emperor variant is 4.08%, and the King percentage is 1.02%. If there are 3 variants of fish in the fishing spot, there's a 27.22% chance for their base form, a 2.72% chance in their Emperor form, and a 0.6% chance in their King form. Now, like most RNG games, you can catch a few king fish within 20 casts or none at all after fishing all day. It just depends on your luck. The first fishing spot you can fish at is the Portia River. This is the closest fishing spot to your workshop, and this is where you'll be beginning your fishing career. All the fish here are very easy to catch, so considering you'll be starting out with your beginner fishing rod, this is the place to be. The fish you'll be catching here are the catfish and the frogfish. They all have Emperor variants, as well as the catfish and frogfish kings. On the screen show the prices they sell for and how many I managed to catch in a day of fishing. This is how I'm going to show all of the prices for all of the spots. A little over 17,000 goals for a day of fishing is great money in the beginning. Once you unlock the other areas, however, make sure you move on to those. This one isn't that good. The next fishing spot is just up the river at the Pacino Falls. Here you can catch the variants of Goliath and golden salmon. This spot is very good in the beginning once you have the second fishing rod, as Goliaths can sometimes put up a fight to catch with the beginner rod. If you find that catching the fish is too difficult, you can always just come back here later, as it's still some of the very best money in the game. After using all of my stamina here, I made over 40,000 goals. Once you have finished the quest to build the Amber Island Bridge, you can find yourself fishing on Amber Island. Here you can catch the variants of the koi, banner, and blue mackerel fish. The normal koi and banner fish aren't worth all that much money, but just like the other fish, their king variants are worth 5,000 a pop, and there are 3 of them that you can catch here. This isn't one of the better fishing spots, so once you get the Emperor fish you need for the master rod, I'd just end up fishing elsewhere. I only ended up making a little over 14,000 goals here, but my luck wasn't that good. Next is the fishing spot in the collapsed Wasteland. Here you can catch the catfish, bladefish, and wisefish variants. This isn't the easiest fishing spot to get to, as you have to travel into the lake in the middle of the collapsed wasteland, and the fish here aren't the best either. So, as it was with the last area, just grab the Emperor variants you need and fish somewhere else. I made about 16,000 goals from fishing here all day. Our next stop will be over at the Porsche Harbor. Here you can catch the bubblefish and golden salmon varieties of fish. These fish don't sell for a lot of money, so after me fishing here, I only made a little over 14,000 goals. This is, however, the only place you can catch the Emperor bubblefish, so once you catch one of those, I recommend leaving. Next door to the Porsche Harbor fishing spot is the Western Beach fishing spot. Here you can catch the variants of the banner, lantern, and firefish. This is the only spot to catch the firefish, so keep that in mind when you're hunting for your Emperor fish. After fishing here all day, I managed to make a little over 20,000 goals, which isn't too bad. Now we're going to be heading over to the Desert Oasis. Here you can catch the variants of gladiator, gold salmon, and wisefish. The gladiator and wisefish are pretty good money, especially if you end up catching a lot of them. I made over 23,000 goals fishing here, which puts this above most of the other fishing spots. Next is the Youthful Heights, which is the furthest fishing spot from a DD stop, so make sure you bring your mount with you. Here you can catch the variants of blue mackerel, blade, and Goliath fish. I made over 27,000 goals fishing here, which puts it above most of the other fishing spots. When I first started fishing, this was my go-to spot, and I have spent a lot of time here. Once you have Starlight Island unlocked, you can head to the fishing spot set up there. Here you can catch the koi and gladiator fish. You can catch both kinds of these fish in Portia, so you don't really need to worry about coming here to get your master fishing rod. I made over 28,000 goals fishing here, which is pretty good. The gladiator fish really do sell for a lot, and since it's either koi or gladiator fish, you can make a pretty penny if they fall in your favor. The final fishing spot is located in the Sombre Marsh. This one is also pretty far from a DD stop, so make sure you're utilizing your mount to get there. Here you can catch the koi and gladiator fish. I made about 20,000 golds fishing here, but it was also the only day I was selling under the market. You don't need to come here to get your master fishing rod either, just like Starlight Island, and I would honestly avoid it entirely. The money isn't that good, it's far away, and you don't really get it unlocked until very late into the game. Now that you have caught all the emperor fish from these locations, you can make your way over to the museum and donate them to the aquarium on the second floor. It thankfully pulls up all of the fish so you can tell which fish you need to donate. Once you have all the emperor fish in the fish tank, you will finally receive your master fishing rod in the mail that same day. Then you can start fishing a little easier and really start making that good fishing money. The last few things I want to mention are the fishing perk from leveling up, as well as the tier list of all the fishing spots. The only fishing perk you can get in the skill tree is the fish encyclopedia trait. This lets you identify fish before you catch them, which can be useful if you don't want to waste your time catching the cheaper fish. I usually just catch whatever comes on my rod, but to each their own. The top 3 fishing spots I would recommend fishing at are the Piscino Falls, Youthful Heights Desert Oasis, and Starlight Island. Of course, fishing depends on the luck of what kind of fish you're catching, so some days you might be catching the cheaper fish, but when you're lucky enough to catch the expensive ones, you can make lots of money from these spots. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you next time.